Everyone. Today I wanted to share with you a story that I love, and it's a story about self-worth and belonging. So I hope you like it. So the story goes like this. There is a student and he is depressed because he feels useless. And so he goes to his teacher and he asks his teacher for help. So he tells his teacher that, he's tried so many things, he's tried all his teachings, and he still feels like in this life he has nothing to give, and that he feels completely useless, and he just has no energy anymore, and he feels depressed. The teacher hears this and says, you know what? For the moment, I don't have time for you because I have my own issues to deal with. But what we can do is help me out, deal with my problems, and then I can help you with yours. The student at first is a little bit disappointed because he really wants to solve his problem. But then he says, okay, that's a good idea. I like that because I can feel at least I'm useful to my teacher. So he says, okay. And what the teacher does is he takes a ring, a big ring, and he gives it to the student, and he says, I need some money. Please sell this ring. I need like two, they call it ducats, but I guess it's golden coins for it. I need 2 golden coins for it because that's the debt I have to give back. So please don't sell it for less. And so the student takes the ring and he goes to the market. He goes to the first merchant. He gives the ring. The merchant looks at the ring and is like, but this is worthless, This has I can give you, I don't know, half a coin if you wish, but I can't give you more. And he gives it back to the student. So the student, he's indignant. He's like, no, I need 2 coins. So he goes to another merchant. And that merchant looks at it. And again, it's like, this is useless. I don't know even if I want to take it. And he gives it back to the student. And the student goes, and this goes on and on and on. And the student goes everywhere to all the possible merchants. And at some point he's like, no, but this ring is completely, worthless. And so he goes back to his teacher. He's very disappointed by what happened. He's disappointed by himself. He's not feeling good. He goes to his teacher and he says, you know what? This ring is really worthless. I can't do anything about it. And he tells him all the story, the fact that he couldn't sell it for the amount that the teacher wanted. And so the teacher takes the ring, he looks at him and he says, why don't you try the jeweler that lives beyond that river, right? And the student is a little bit reticent, but he's like, okay, I'll just try it out. My last try, and then, we can go back to my problem, right? So he takes the ring, he goes to the jeweler, he gives it to him, and the jeweler looks at it, and he takes his little, I don't know how you call it, glass, and he looks at it, and he studies it, and he mumbles, and he looks at it from every possible way. He measures it, and he's just fussing over it like for half an hour. The student is, getting impatient, and the student's like, okay, he will tell me that he can't. He will give me, I don't know, maybe 1 coin. The student has no hope, right? But the jeweler, goes and then studies and everything, and then he looks at the student and he says, you know what? I can give you 70 golden coins for this. I can't give you more because you're not giving me a lot of time. I would need like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to sell it for much more. And the student is flabbergasted, and he's just looking at the jeweler, with big eyes, But the jeweler looks at him and, you know, he misunderstands his stance, his, you know, behavior. And he says, okay, you know what? Not 70, I can give you 80, but I can't go above that because you're not giving me enough time. Because I would need more time. And so in that moment, the student takes the ring and goes back to his teacher. And he tells him the story. And the teacher says, this is a lesson for you. If you go around, you know, giving your gifts, your talents to people that don't value what you have, you're not going to get anything from it. You have to go to people that need what you have, that appreciate what you have, because they need it themselves. So the lesson of the story is this: all of us have gifts. The point is that are you with people who value your gifts? Are you with people who need your gifts? That's the question. Because many times with this, and it's a pattern in all of us, according to me, we start from people that don't value our gifts. That's just the hero's journey. We start from there, and as we go through our journey, our doubts, the experiences that come up, these patterns that come up over and over again, they forge us and they make us value our gifts. They make us realize what our gifts are. And at some point, you'll have to find the people that want your gifts, because that's what they need. And the question is, are you doing that? Okay.